Hi, good evening. I'm Richard Whitten, and I'm a proud graduate, 1975. Yes, Columbia was around that far back, of the college, to say nothing of my status as a parent of kids with a college, business school, law school, and teacher's college degree. I now serve as a special advisor to the president of the university, and I'm one of the founders of Columbia Entrepreneurship. Columbia Entrepreneurship was established 2 years ago at the direction of President Bollinger and the university trustees to support, invigorate, and accelerate Columbia's programs and culture around innovation, creativity, design, and entrepreneurship. These past 2 years have been energizing and by most accounts extremely fruitful. Perhaps our most visible success has been the Columbia Startup Lab, where 71 young Columbia alumni come together to start new ventures with the support of this great university. We have a few examples of successful teams that have been incubated at our lab behind you, and I hope you get a chance to check them out after this program. I also invite you all down to the lab to participate in this palpable energy that takes place in this great space. We also measure our success in being able to provide stimulating and cutting-edge programming to the Columbia and New York City entrepreneurial communities. Tonight's program is a perfect example of that focus. I'm certain you'll enjoy the conversations this evening regarding sports and technology, led by my dear friend and mentor, David Stern. The three panels in tonight's program will examine how innovative problem solving and advances in technology allow sports teams, sports broadcasters, and sports content creators to drive a deeper engagement with athletes and audiences. For an even deeper dive into the analytics in sports, I invite you to campus tomorrow night for the Data Science Institute's Colloquium Series with Jason Rosenfeld, Director of Basketball Analytics at the NBA. Jason is in the audience tonight. Jason? Thank you. Please Google Columbia Data Science Initiative Colloquium if you'd like to sign up. I'd also like to thank our co-sponsors for tonight's event, the Columbia Athletic Department and the Columbia Organization of Rising Entrepreneurs. A little later this evening, we'll hear from Columbia's new athletic director, Peter Pilling. Now let's get started. Our moderator and thought leader this evening is a proud graduate of Columbia Law School and the former chairman of the Columbia University Board of Trustees. Of course, I'm referring to David J. Stern, Commissioner Emeritus of the National Basketball Association. David was the NBA commissioner for 30 transformational years. It is not hyperbole to note that the far-reaching conversion of the sports industry into a multi-billion-dollar global high-tech field has as much to do with David's groundkeeping efforts as any other factor. We're extremely grateful for him for pulling together tonight's event, for moderating and participating in it, and of course for everything he has done for Columbia. Go Lions!
Thank you, Richard. I was worried that Richard would be able to read my handwriting, but he got it all right, except for the part about groundskeeping as opposed to groundbreaking, but I forgive you. But I did that too and would. So this evening grew out of a conversation. Richard and a couple of others, Chris McGarry, et cetera, came to my office and said, what can you say about sports, digital, et cetera? I said, Richard, this is what I want to say. Sports is literally the canary in the mine of technology. It is quite simply the most important industry that combines it all. That's how we drove the NBA. It was the relentless pursuit of perfection with the expectation that we would fail every day. I used to call it Jewish management, but there's got to be a better way to deal with that.
Somehow we still stay.
And they're still standing. Okay, Melissa. Yeah, well,
So I used to have nightmares that you would kind of yell at me in front of a group, and now it's actually coming
Here it
to
is.
reality.
No, this is the kinder and gentler me. Now
I know, you
okay.
say that, but doesn't make it true.
So you really don't have 800 million likes, followers.
We have 900 million. So no, it's not 800 million.
Okay, and tell me how you effectuate that. What role does the league play in sort of introducing players to the process and in terms of delivering, everything but game content, or maybe a little bit of that too.
I think you have Charlie Rose beat.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead to
So,
do it.
look, it's 900 million fans, and to be hyper clear on that point, it's when you aggregate the number of followers on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, CNN, Tencent, the 2 Chinese microblogs, and use that across players, teams, and the league assets, you get to that number of 900 million.